Hey, it's Jones Loflin, helping you make the best choices with your time so you can thrive. Coming to you today from one of the most unfavorite pieces of exercise equipment in our home, our exercise bike. Even though I know it'd be a great idea for me to get on this thing more often, I avoid it like the plague. It reminds me when I'm having conversations with people who say they want to have a healthier work-life balance. There are some easily identifiable things that they could do, but for some reason, they just want to keep doing things the way they've been doing them in the past. And they won't take those new actions or get on the bike, if you will. If you're one of those people who knows some things you should be doing or could be doing to improve your work-life balance and you're not taking steps forward, here are 3 suggestions to get you moving. Number 1 is to figure out the fear associated with taking the action. For me, for this bike, it's the fear of not enjoying it. It's the fear of it being painful. It's the fear of missing out on other forms of exercise I'd rather be doing, like the elliptical or running outside. So when I start feeling those things well up inside of me, I shift that and focus on the benefit. You know, if I ride that bike a few minutes, a couple times a week, then I'll be able to walk and hike and do some of those things that I want to do even more later in life that if I don't take care of my body, I won't be able to do. For you, maybe the fear is having a conversation with someone who may not receive your idea well. Instead, focus on how they will go, wow, I'm glad you told me that. How can I help? How can I support you? Maybe you've got the fear of failure about engaging in this new behavior. That's great. Plan to fail. And then you can figure out what works or what you need to do differently to keep moving forward. The second thing that I think is important to do is to start small so you can succeed. I have set a minimum that if I can do 5 minutes on this bike, I'm good. Should I do more? Well, yeah, I should. Is 5 minutes going to help me? Yeah, it will. And so if I set it a small goal, then I'm much more likely to achieve it and go, okay, I did that. Too often when I think we want to improve our work-life balance, we set these really huge goals. I want to get on the bike and do 45 minutes 3 times a week. And then we just aren't motivated to do that because it's so far from what we're currently doing. What does a small step forward look like for you? Maybe it's just giving yourself 5 minutes at the end of what you call your work day to go, I'm gonna decompress. Maybe it's not, I'm not gonna check any emails after 6 o'clock at night. Maybe it's, I'm not gonna check emails from 6 to 8, and then I'm gonna give myself 30 minutes to check my emails then. What's a small step forward that seems much more doable for you? The third key, I think, to moving forward is to find someone who will cheer you on. Someone who's an accountability partner, who you can tell either before you've engaged in the action, so they'll hold you accountable, or will celebrate with you after you've taken the action. One of the first things I do after I've done my 5 minutes on the bike is I walk out and I tell Lisa or Sydney, and I say, hey, I got 5 minutes on the bike, and I go, good job. That makes me want to go back and do it again when I get that positive reinforcement. This is Jones Loflin. I hope it's a fantastic week for you where you'll take those small steps forward to improve your work-life balance. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today in the Jones Zone.